So here we are yet again. It's December. It's cold. I really don't want to do this today, but project must go on. So I'm gonna do a little bit more of the wiring today. Probably put the coolant tank in as well. Bleed the fuel system and then test the glow plug relay setup if I get that far. I'm also gonna put in that airbag module in my other car, which may or may not be on the video. I'm definitely gonna try to get some more footage today, maybe a time lapse of me doing some of this stuff, rather than just giving you guys updates when things are done. So I'll kind of see the flow of that and see how that works. I just want to get this thing moving before the snow hits, because then it's not gonna get touched for a while. Still waiting on the hose to come in for the coolant. Hopefully that'll be in soon. And then still trying to work on that dealio, that solution. Same with the turbo exit down low. Also might cut the exhaust today. Very tempted to do that. So I want to make sure my parts fit, and hopefully we just continue to make forward progress and make this thing roadworthy. So, all right, before I get too cold, I'm gonna start. All right, so I'm gonna start today off by installing the coolant temperature sensor. So that goes right down in there. So I have a new one. It's actually for the 2.0T, so that'll clip into the factory harness. So I'm just gonna take this thing and throw it right in there with the retaining clip. So I'm just gonna check the surface, make sure that feels good enough. So then something like this, you just put it in, wiggle it, and then put the clip in. So I'm just gonna kind of do just that. Just kind of feel it. We're gonna grab our little clip that it comes with. Something just like that. So once it's all the way in place, you can start to insert that, and then that'll just retain it into that housing. And I believe that is fully seated. Yep, that is fully seated. Awesome. So then there's the lead for that. It should be in this big mess of wiring that I left up here. So let's try to find that. Actually, I think it's this one. So it's one of these for sure. All right, so I'm gonna go plug that in and then probably continue with the wiring. All right, it's time to do some soldering. So I have these 3 leads I'm gonna do right now. So I'm just gonna grab the soldering iron. It's preheated. I got some heat shrink already ready, and I'll try to give you guys a good view of this. Ooh, that needs to get cleaned, hold on. The old concrete scrape. All right, so we'll do this one first. It's gonna be a little difficult to show you guys, but I'll see what I can do. All right, so that one's done. Let's get the next one. Actually, I might go like that. So these are for the oil pressure light, the glow plug, relay and indicator, and then I have my switched power on. Again, this is not the cleanest way of doing this. I have done better solders before, and this is just what we're gonna do for this. So to those who want to share their opinion in the comments, thanks, but it means nothing to me. All right, we got that last one. That's atrocious. All right, you can comment on this one. Well, whatever, that'll do. Time for the heat shrink. So I'm gonna leave that last lead. I'm not gonna do anything with that for the time being. This one's gonna be a pain for sure. Boy, I don't know if I can get that heat shrink over it. Well, mistakes were made, so I'll probably just electrical tape that one. All right, that one's good. All right, so these are taped up. Get tucked under there and brought over to that far side where the fuse boxes are gonna go. So that might actually require two hands to get this exactly where I want it. Let me throw some zip ties. So I'll probably go under the battery unless I want to just run it. Actually, no, I might even just run it along top. I don't see any problem with that. So I got my switched power on lead. I think this is my glow plugs. Yeah, it's the glow plugs. And then for the oil pressure. So I still got to order some components for that oil pressure light to function properly. But I think that'll be something good to have. Just a visual indicator of when it has oil pressure. It'll be illuminated, and if it for some reason loses it, it shuts off. So I could also wire that up to like a buzzer or something, so if I'm ever cruising, all of a sudden you hear the buzzer, just kill the engine. Yeah, because I'm not sure how much blow-by this has or anything else. It really didn't seem to throw any out of the breather, but I might put that into a catch can. Otherwise, I'm gonna do a tube that just goes right down. So we'll figure that out when we get there. So for the glow plugs, I've got my power wired to it. So then I just gotta figure out which side of the two, what do they call that? Exciter terminals is the positive, which one's the negative. And then that'll be all set. So then that'll work with that toggle. So that other fuse box, that's where the pump shut off is going to be wired to as well, and the lift pump. So I don't know if I need both of these, but hopefully it'll all be okay. So sorry, I just kind of brain dumped right there. Cool. So let's get that cracking. All right, so it looks like I got one of my wires crossed in the fuse box. That's why you can hear the lift pump running, even though it's not supposed to be right now. So I got to go find a different hot when the key is on wire. Well, let's go test the glow plug relay and let's see if this thing fires up. So that thing's still chugging along. So here we go. Got my glow plug toggle and we got that. So let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right. Well, let's crank this thing up and see what happens. Let me prime the fuel pump really quick. Okay, that did make a different sound, so I think it's priming. All right, so see those little glow plugs there? So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, that was a really good start for sitting for a few days. Let's go check this thing out. Oh yes, it's gonna suck some air through the fuel pump because the thing wasn't bled. So let's try that start again. I'm really happy with the glow plugs, how quickly that thing fired after sitting for almost a week or two, and then with this cold weather. So let's try it again. So give that a second. Going to cook the starter. I probably should have bled that big fuel filter before I did anything. All right, there we go. Back in action. So I think one of the big issues is I did not fill that with fuel before I cranked this thing up. My components are spinning okay. See if we're generating power. We appear to be generating power. So that's a good start. Unfortunately, that's still how you have to kill it until I figure out, ooh, it smells ripe, that other power on wire. So I'm gonna go try to find one of those and then I'll show you guys another start and stop properly. All right, so I'm still working on the throttle linkage. What I'm gonna try to do is actually use the stock pedal assembly and just kind of tack this rod in there. So I'm gonna fire up the welder. Just put like 1 or 2 beads in there so the thing can't rotate, and then see how that fitment works. So let's fire this thing up. Okay, so a lot of things happened in the last hour or so. Unfortunately, none of them are on camera. That was my bad. My stabilizer died. Anyways, I was welding. The EGR pipe closed. Some of the hot welds dripped down and lit a pile of brush and diesel fuel mixed that was on the driveway on fire, which was exciting. And then for the pedal assembly, I ended up taking the factory pedal, drilled through that, and then took the top end of the pedal I got from the junkyard, which is right here. And so I took the stick part off of there, kind of mocked that up to see where it would fit. And so I have that with some Gorilla Glue curing inside the house, all locked and loaded. So hopefully that'll that'll be okay. So we're just gonna wait. I did move the car back into the street and then back up to avoid burning. So that all worked out, which is good. Anyways, friendly reminder to check the debris when you're welding. As I'm just learning, yep, I did not check it. So sure enough, it caught fire. So next we have, I think I might cut part of the exhaust off on this side in preparation for what is coming next for that, which I'm not exactly sure yet. So I might get the saws out and buzz it. Otherwise, I might just call this a wrap for today. All right, saga continues here. Today, I'm gonna do more of the coolant. So far I've added this little T that goes to the back of the block right there. I'm gonna also run a Home Depot to get some hose barbs to connect a bunch of the coolant hose. Some of that still has not come in yet. Hopefully tomorrow or the day after, and then I can get the rest of that plumbed up. I'm gonna continue to work on the intake system because I really wanna get this thing cracking. So plans are right now, I'm gonna use these Sawzall. I'm gonna cut the back of the exhaust off the turbo, either to turn it up and weld it, or to maybe even get some like flexible exhaust pipe I can clamp to it, because I would really like to use the heating and basically like the the vent and the heat system without like absolutely smoking myself out on the inside, because the air intake is right in here. So if I'm putting my exhaust here with my air intake there, you're gonna be huffing fumes almost all day is what I'm expecting. So I might see if that's in the wheelhouse to do something like that. Anyways, I'm gonna cut that off. And I can't really think of too much else. I know today it's kind of cold out. I really don't want to work on this, but gotta continue progress. So I'm gonna cut that off, go to Home Depot, get those hose barbs, and wait for the rest of the hose to come in. So let's cut this off. Find a good spot to put you guys and hopefully get you some footage, but I have to cut with the Sawzall upside down and go. Actually, I don't think I'll be able to put the camera anywhere for this one. I'll meet you guys once I'm done. All right, cutting that did not work out very well. I ended up dulling 2 blades quite quickly, so not sure what's up with that. So I think for the time being, I'm just gonna leave it. I was playing around with some of the intake piping. So some of the original tubes, hoses, charge pipes will work with some slight modification. So it's a 2-inch, it's a 2-inch, and it just so happens to fit on the chopped intake manifold. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this one, and I might cut this one as well. And then I bought a 2-inch to 2-inch coupler so I can then connect these two together. Still gotta order a some sort of angled piece that'll swoop out from the turbo. That'll occupy that space for the air filter. Was able to also get a few hose barbs for some of the heater core tubing, because I think it's going to be actually easier to use a barber too. So also able to block off the other, this is for the EGR cooler. So I did kind of just cap that off, and then still waiting on my hose to come in. That's then I'm gonna cut this, put a barb in there, and then that'll make it to there. And then I have to do the same with that. Then I have that heater core one at the back, and then that heater core one right there. So very, very close. Also waiting on hose for the back of the block, bleeder. Other than that, I think I'm gonna call it a wrap for today. Really not too much else I can do without those parts. So hopefully they will get here soon and I can keep moving. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. Today, we're gonna do some big stuff. So I'm hoping to get the coolant loop done. So I have all the parts for that in my other car, which I'm just gonna grab and throw out here. I have couplers and everything for the intake plumbing. Most of the stuff to then connect the turbo to the air filter. Wiring is good enough for now. And then all that's really left is just coolant and then finishing the air intake system. All right, so let's try this out for a bit. Hopefully you guys can see okay. So a little issue with my Amazon stuff. So they shortchanged me. This is supposed to be 5 feet. You can tell it's cut at an off angle and it's just slightly over 4 feet. So I'm gonna try to send that back. So I might not do that actually today. But the rest of this, so I can plumb that block out to my T here. My exhaust, excuse me, my throttle pedal is fully cured, so I can install that. But I think I'm first going to start with the heater core. Wow, I cannot even talk today. Heater core coolant loop. So that goes these two to this one, which I'll probably put a T in, to the back of the block right there. And then I have that remaining one and that remaining one, and then everything should be solid. So grab some hose, get this all cut up and ready to go. So it depends on how I want to do this. I could go in, out and around the battery, or I could use any portion of this thing as well. All right, I'm gonna take the battery out. Okay, so throttle cable, that'll go there. So that could actually work if that'll fit. So let's try that out. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. I need something a little bit bigger to fit over that. Come on. Jeez, I'm like struggling with everything right now. Come on. Or maybe that's the move. Yeah, that's the move. And I guess that's good enough for now. See if I can slip this over the whole part. Nope. Again, let me remind you, a lot of these fittings are going to be kind of temporary right now until I just get a bunch of the bugs worked out of this, and then I'd like to replumb so it looks nicer and make this engine bay look fresh. But there's no sense in doing that if I'm going to have to troubleshoot along the way. Yeah, I think I do want to use this actually. Okay. Then all I have to do is cut these to get that to mount. And then I should see if the other flange actually fits the turbo. So I don't have to send that back. Yeah, that'll fit. Okay. And it's just figuring out how exactly I want to route that as well. All right, I'm off to Home Depot. I'm gonna get a few little pieces, odds and ends, need another fitting or two. Turn some hose. Thanks Amazon for messing that up. Shorted me. And I will catch you guys in the next video. So, peace, thanks for tuning in. Coolant is getting closer. Unfortunately, we're not close enough today because I need that other hose. And then we can fill it. We can actually let this thing warm up. I'm gonna put the accelerator pedal in. I'm gonna have to make a bracket for that, but that'll be fine. All right, Merry Christmas. See you guys.